Athletics has been the foundation of your business career, hasn't it?
Absolutely. One interesting thing about representing the national team is running is an individual sport. And so for something like cross country running, I represented Saucony Canada. There's all these women are representing different brands or themselves,
Mhm.
but it's the top five women that cross the finish line all of a sudden put on the same jersey. And then we are united moving into our championships as a national team. And to be able to go from competing against that individual to now competing with them, and it's a team effort. And we're on the dirt and the grass in Uganda, and one of our team members who otherwise should be the front runner is having a bad day, and then we're coming up behind her and saying you can do it, because it's ultimately the score of the team, like the sum of the team is how we're ranked. And so if you win a race, but the rest of your team is trailing behind, then you may not win as a team overall. And so for me, cross country running has really showcased and role modeled that yes, it's an individual sport, but then collectively you have to come united to then represent your country well through good sportsmanship and a collective effort. And so I have such deep respect for the women that I run against and that we run together, because there is that mutual just respect, and we often don't know that until we're traveling together as Team Canada and they're saying, you know what, Lisa, you really have this strength, and I really watched you evolve as a runner here, and I didn't really know that people had those feelings. And so when you have the opportunity to be together on a team, you really see the people that have been at it for many years, how they've all come united. Yeah.
What does wearing the flag feel like to Lisa Brooking?
Oh, tears of joy. I have four of the jerseys, and some years I use them more than once. And it's such a sense of pride. And to travel internationally and to know that the Canadian flag is a recognizable symbol of people have hope and joy. And it's very much embraced, and individuals want to take photos with you. And I have a lot of pride running with pride for sure.
Take me behind the scenes.
Mm.
The moment you first saw your jersey,
Hmm.
where was it? How did you receive it?
Mm.
Share that with me.
Yes, thank you. So when for cross country running, so it's in November, and that competition nationals was in Kingston, Ontario. So it was cold and muddy and just everything. And so at the end, when you get that golden ticket and you're deemed that you're able to compete on the national team and you're going to be representing Canada at Worlds, you get to go and then try on the jerseys. And even just trying them on to figure out which size fits you, it was just such an overwhelming experience. I forgot how tired I was from the race. And I've only represented Canada quite a few times, but it's each time is so memorable, and I just take it all in. And so for better for worse, it's how the race maybe didn't fare as well one year versus the other. It's just the overall experience of running for your country. Yeah.
Do you ever pause when you're in a public situation and look around the room? I asked this question of Robert Esme last week, and I'm going to ask the same one of you. Do you ever go into a public environment, whether it's 100 people, 1,000 people, 10,000 people, and look around and say, none of you guys have worn a jersey? And I don't mean that in an arrogant kind of, like in an arrogant looking down way, but in a really proud way, because not many people get to either win a gold medal, Robert Esme did, or win championships or wear a jersey like yourself. Do you ever have those moments yourself personally, Lisa?
I haven't thought about it because I don't want to make assumptions. It is a sense of pride and
Yeah.
potentially confidence. It's not often I wear any of the Team Canada gear, but sometimes when I bring out the jacket, it's fun to just go out and get groceries or something, and it is a sense of pride. I don't do it very often at all, but when I do, it is exciting, and it was a proudful time in my life, and I still think I have some years left in me. So hopefully that means I'll have another chance to represent Canada.
You strike me as somebody very humble. So I can see where it's like I throw my jacket on and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But what I've learned in speaking with people that have achieved something, there's also this, I don't know if it's maybe it is obligation to share it with people as well, because people want to see Lisa with the jacket. People want to ask questions. People want to approach Lisa, right? And I don't want to call it a burden, but it's no, you've earned that. You've earned that right to walk around and look around like Robert Esme. You've earned the right to get on the airplane, look around the whole airplane, and yes, assume that not anybody else out of those 330 passengers have won a gold medal at the Olympics. Like, that's okay. And then it's okay to share that. And I think it's almost like an obligation in a positive way for you. Do you follow me?
Mm-hmm. I see that more with my hometown.
Yes.
Hometowns are really Ontario, and they've been so good to me because honestly, they've fostered the woman I am today. And not just my family, but it's the community, it's the teachers, it's everything. And so I've been grateful when I go back and it was a high school graduation, or some of my girlfriends are now teachers, and one of them is an elementary school teacher, and she asked if I'd come and speak to the kids. And at that time, I was sponsored by Saucony Canada, and I reached out to them and they gave me some cool swag. And so I was able to come and wear my Canadian jersey and answer questions. And I thought they would ask me more questions about my running and training. And they really just wanted me to point on the globe where I was able to race and run. And so it's interesting from a kid's perspective to say, oh, through sport, I was able to travel here, here, and
Mhm.
here.
Mhm.
And sport brought me there. And because of that, I got to meet other athletes from around the world. And like, speaking with children, it actually reminds me why I do what I do, and it really reinforces it. And then being able to give them a little token to walk away from the conversation, maybe they keep it with them and they remember it, and it's a source of motivation for them. But in
Yeah.
my small town, it means a lot to me to give back. So anytime I'm home, if there's anything I can do, whether for the hospital or for high school or elementary school, like I'm there if I can share any knowledge I've learned along the way, or role model in any way. I'm happy to be of service.